Hey everybody, it is your girl Coach Cheryl and welcome back to the 5-Minute Masterclass. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the top 5 things that will help you grow organically on social media. What do you need to do? Well, let's jump into it. We don't dilly-dally around here. Let's go right into this video. Tip number 1 is going to seem so simple, but I'm going to give it to you anyway because I think that sometimes we, naming even me, forget about it. That social media is social. It is not a billboard where you just plaster out your thoughts or your sales or things that you want people to know or things you want people to do. It is actually social, which means it is conversational. Social media is a community, and the people that thrive best on social media remember that they are in community with other people, which means that they don't just ask people to come to their profile to talk, to come to their profile or share or comment or like. They actually go to other people's profiles and share, provide value, communicate, just enjoy being in community with other people on social media. So don't forget to be social on social media. The second thing to grow on social media is to have a goal so that you can develop a strategy to reach that goal. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I got on social media was I didn't have a goal. I didn't know why I was on social media. I didn't know what the end would be, what success would look like for me on social media. So I did a lot of things that weren't productive for my business or for my ministry. So figure out what your goal is. Once you figure out what your goal is, you can build a strategy. So let's say, for instance, you are a church and your goal is to get people to know about your church in the city. That's going to inform the strategy that you develop. So if you want people to know who you are, then you start posting about the things that your church does, the things that your church stands for, the activities and the events that your church does, the culture of your church, the people that go to your church. Those are the kinds of things that you post on social media so that people can get an understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and why they would want to be connected with you. So think through the actual goal, and then it'll be easier for you to develop content around a strategy that will help you meet that goal. That brings us to tip number 3. Once you have your goal, do you know your audience? Who are you trying to reach? Who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to speak to? Who needs what you have? If you have a product or a service that serves women, then you know I'm trying to reach women. But maybe it's not just women. Maybe it's women age 40 and above. That is an empty nester, a woman that's 40 plus, whose children are grown and out of the house. Who is that ideal person that I'm trying to reach? When I know who she is or he is, I can better speak to that audience, and posting becomes so much simpler. So know your audience. Tip number 4 is be consistent. Look at your life, look at your schedule, and determine how much time you can devote to social media or to growing on social media. If that is only 2 times a week, 3 times a week of consistent posting, be consistent, be dedicated to that, because then people will know that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's when Cheryl posts, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that's when she posts, and they'll begin to look for it, especially if your post resonates with them. You do not have to post every day, but you must be consistent in when you post. And the last and final tip number 5 is what to post, knowing what to post. Have you ever looked at the screen or looked at your pad or looked at the paper like, what am I talking about today? What I have found that has been really, really helpful for me is content pillars. And when I say content pillars, they're like buckets or categories of things, subjects that we will talk about. So if you are in, let's say, the women's space and you're going to be talking to women like I often do, is I think that one of my things, or one of the things that women deal with, is self-confidence and self-esteem. So one of those pillars is going to be self-esteem, where I talk to women about building self-esteem. One of those pillars may be community, building community that helps you develop and love who you are. One of those pillars may be the Word of God, making sure that I stay connected to the Word of God so that I know who I am. And another one of those pillars may be affirmations, speaking kindly to myself. So, what are the pillars of your business, of your church, of your ministry, of your nonprofit that are categories that you can speak to every day that your audience wants to hear? Those are content pillars that will help you consistently post effortlessly all the time. Now, those are my 5 top tips, but I would love to hear from you. What are some of the tips that you can offer that have helped you grow on social media? Let me know in the comments so that we can all grow and get stronger and develop on social media. I look forward to hearing from you. And if you're here this long, that means that you like the content that we produce. So go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you aren't a part of the family already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.